anyway, we'll do a quick trim and demo on it. If I can, I like to pull shoes with nail pullers. I put a lot of effort into getting my shoes flat when I nail them on the first time. So I try to keep them as flat as I can, so I don't have to go through all of that again.
Now I noticed you didn't clean your foot out before you pulled the shoe.
Yeah, no sense of falling in love with that. It normally falls out when you take the shoe off. For me, I like to trim up the frog first, so I'll clean it out. For me, it's worth taking the time. Make sure you don't have any rocks in that foot. Now this is the foot that I've been working on the most. And for me, this is one foot that I've been struggling with trimming the left side of my frog. So I've been working on trying to trim it with my left hand so I can pull straight up into that back side. For me, I'm very right-handed, so it's been a struggle.
I think we all agree that that just looks like he struggled a lot.
So a cool way of trimming up the bars, you come in with your knife there. That defines them, cut the straight line in. Now, when you do your knife work, ideally we'd be able to take our knife in and go one even pass around that, but we can't. So we've got to overlap our knife stroke. Makes sense whenever we're forging a piece of steel to overlap it. So we do one knife stroke, set our knife in the center of the previous stroke, and it makes so you have one even pass all the way around there. So with very little effort, I've already got pretty straight looking bars in a foot that was really, really long.
All right, so now you got the knife work done, we're going to do a nip.
Okay, I like to nip from the toe towards the heels. The reason for this is I can see where my nipper's going the whole time. And where I'm doing is I'm aiming this nipper for where I want it to come out. It's like walking a balance beam. You don't look right in front of you. So I'm aiming this to there and I'm aiming this to there. And I'm looking at that area and just taking my nippers up to that area. Once I've done that, I'm going to get that small shelf of sole. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Again, start on one side, overlap my knife stroke. You use my thumb as a fulcrum point. Just going to follow that all the way around.
I gotta say, it looks like a nice enough knife.
Oh, one of the best. Now, one thing I like to do is after I nip, I really like to only rasp where I have to. So I'll take a second and look at my flat. And I'll go and I'll do coarse rasping right where I know I'm going to be high. Once I've done that, I'll check flat again. And I'll start on one edge. And there's a guy named Mike Randalls that taught me this. I'm going to start at this edge, go down the foot, and around. And if you'll notice, I'm not pushing down on that rasp very hard, very lightly. This rasp is a cutting tool, it has to be sharp. And I'm floating that rasp around. And by floating that rasp around, I'm only taking my high points. I like to imagine the shape I want on the foot before I start. So I'm going to work from my points. So I can see that this quarter's high, this one's low. So I'm going to work from here up to my toe quarter, and I'm going to work from here back, and that's going to even out my quarters. So I'm working from there, and I'm working up to that transition point where I want that toe to go from toe quarter and around. Now I'm going to work from that quarter back, and by working away from that quarter towards my heel, that's going to shove that quarter forward and away from that quarter towards my toe quarter, and it gives me a lot of definition in the foot, a lot of nice smooth arcs. And what that does is I've created a sharp corner that's going to give me a spot where to dress my foot to from the top. For me, when I'm done with my knife work, I want my sole to lead right up to the edge of my hoof wall. That way, whenever I'm done burning my foot, I don't have to relieve sole pressure. Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Oh, thank you guys for watching too. You've been a great audience today. This was filmed in front of a live farm audience.